So, what if I told you that the secret to jaw dropping, long term success isn't some complicated hidden secret at all? What if it's actually a really simple, super powerful principle that anyone, and I mean anyone, can use to get what they want? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. You've seen them, right? We all have. Those flashy ads, the gurus promising you'll get rich overnight or lose 30 pounds in a week, without any real effort. It sounds amazing, but let's be real for a second. It never, ever works out that way.
Yeah, the world is constantly trying to sell us this lie of the instant miracle. But the real truth, the thing that actually builds a successful life that lasts, is so much simpler. It all comes down to making small, smart choices, and then just sticking with them, day in, day out.
I mean, think about it. We live in a world with what you could call a microwave mentality. We want everything right now. Fast food, next day shipping, instant answers from Google. And that conditions us to expect the same thing from our big life goals. But real, meaningful results, they just don't play by those rules. And that's exactly where the compound effect comes in. This isn't some gimmick or hack. Think of it more like the owner's manual for achievement. It's the system that's quietly working in the background of every single success story you've ever heard of. So what is this system really? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the principle that is quietly shaping all of our results, whether we even realize it's happening or not. It's really just a simple formula. Small, smart choices plus consistency plus time equals a radical difference. Now, the key here, and this is the tricky part, is that the results are totally invisible at first. And that's exactly why so many people just give up on it. Okay, to really see this in action, let's play a quick game. I give you a choice, $3 million cash right now, or a single magic penny that doubles in value every day for 31 days. The choice seems like a no-brainer, right? Almost everyone snatches the $3 million. But the person who picks the penny, they understand the truly sneaky power of compounding. Now check this out. 10 days into the month, your penny is worth a whopping $5.12. Your friend who took the cash is already looking at sports cars, and you're probably sitting there thinking you made the biggest mistake of your life. Okay, fast forward to day 20. Now you're at over $5,000. Not bad. That's some real money. But it's still a long, long, long way from $3 million. The growth is starting to happen, but the real fireworks haven't even started yet. And this is where your jaw hits the floor. By the very last day, day 31, that one little penny has exploded into more than $10 million. It didn't just catch up, it completely left the $3 million in the dust. That, my friends, is the awesome, mind-bending power of the compound effect. That magic penny is a great way to see the math. But how does this stuff actually apply to our real lives? Well, let's look at the story of 3 regular guys who all started from the exact same place. So meet Scott, Larry, and Brad. Scott decides to make a few tiny positive choices every day. Nothing crazy. Larry just kind of coasts along, doing what he's always done. And Brad, he makes a couple of seemingly harmless, bad choices. Again, nothing dramatic, just tiny little shifts in their daily habits. Now, here's the most important part of the whole story. For a long time, we're talking 5 months, 10 months, even 18 months in, nothing really seems to change. They all look pretty much the same. And this is the danger zone. This is the period where almost everybody gets discouraged and just quits. But just under the surface, that compounding magic is starting to brew. And then, boom. After just 31 months, the difference is absolutely shocking. Brad has packed on over 33 pounds, while Scott has lost the exact same amount. That is a 67-pound swing between them, all from something as small as adding or cutting just 125 calories a day. But it gets even deeper, because these effects rippled out way beyond just their weight. Think about it. Scott's tiny habit of reading 10 pages a day, it sparked new ideas that got him a promotion at work. His better health gave him more energy, which made him a better husband. Meanwhile, Brad's harmless little habits drained his energy, making him grumpy and less productive at work, which put a strain on his marriage. See? It's never, ever just about one thing. So if you take one thing away, it should be this. This force is always on. It's like gravity. It doesn't care if you're a good person or a bad person. It's either working for you, pulling you up toward your goals, or it's working against you, dragging you down. The direction is 100% up to you. And the very first step to getting this power to work for you is to just own it, to take complete 100% responsibility for every choice, every action, and every result in your life. No more blaming traffic, no more blaming your boss, no more excuses. You're in the driver's seat. So how do you start? Look, don't try to change your entire life overnight. That's a recipe for disaster. Just pick one area. Maybe it's your finances, your health, a relationship. Then identify one tiny behavior that affects it, and then the secret sauce. Just track it every single day. The simple act of tracking makes you aware, and that awareness changes everything. Now, when you stick with these small, consistent actions long enough, something truly magical starts to happen. You unlock the most powerful force in all of success. It's called momentum. Darren Hardy, the author of the book, calls it Big Mo. The best way to think about it is like pushing one of those old-school merry-go-rounds at the playground. Getting it started is brutal, right? It takes all of your strength just for that first rotation. But once it's spinning, it just takes a little tap here and there to keep it going faster and faster. That's Big Mo. That's why that initial phase of building a new habit always feels like the hardest part. You're fighting against years of inertia. But if you can just push through that initial resistance, Big Mo kicks in, and suddenly you feel like the universe has your back. You become unstoppable.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Right now, this very second, your choices are compounding. Your habits are building momentum. The only question you really need to answer for yourself is this: which direction are they taking you?